Let me start by wishing all the amazing women a very happy International Women's Day. I just want to let you know that you're amazing and you're doing a good job. No matter how minor it looks, no matter how little it looks, no matter who is not appreciating it, just know that you're doing a good job and you're just amazing. So have yourselves a very beautiful and wonderful Women's Day. And on that note, being an International Women's Day, I'm going to be addressing the ladies, and the reason why I'm going to be addressing the ladies is because there is nothing as comforting as talking to a lady who is going through a situation that you've been through, or rather a situation that you're already in, and they're trying to show you how much of a small deal that is, or how much that is nothing. Like, I've gone through this, I've overcome. It's so comforting, even if it's a lie. Okay, you feel like, so I'm not the only one who's going through this. So this and this has gone through this, especially a person you look up to, and maybe they can share on their social media platforms, or maybe you can go to their conference and they mention something that you're struggling with, and you can relate. Okay, like you can relate, or or maybe you're in that situation at that particular moment. It gives you so much comfort knowing that you're not the only person who is going through that or who has gone through that. So in today's video, I'm going to be addressing some of the lies, or rather the lies that we tell each other just to comfort ourselves as women. So welcome to today's episode. My name is NJAU. Now, the first thing that women tell each other in those chamas, or maybe at your workplace, or the women's gathering, wherever we meet as women, the first thing that comforts a woman is the fact that another woman is telling you that all men are the same. So you're like, so mine is not the only one who is acting like this, or maybe mine is not the only one who is crazy or coming home late, or rather even not coming home at all. But let me tell you something, it's a lie. Like, men are all the same, yes, but it's the fact that they are men. That is the only thing that makes them the same. But character-wise, all men are not the same. There are people who out there know what they want in life as men, and there are people who are out there to raise a family, become good husbands. So this notion of telling another woman all men are the same, simply because this person is going through a situation that you've been through, or maybe you're sailing on the same boat, your situation, both of you are handling the same situation, doesn't make all men the same. That is a lie that we tell each other so that we can feel comfortable and make us feel like our situation is not, I'm not the only one who's going through that. Okay, but let's just be honest. Not all men are the same. There are men who are responsible. There are men who know what they want. There are men who are providers. Like, they know, I want to start a family. I want to, I'll stick to this one woman. There are good men out there, and there are still very, very horrible men out there. So the character of men out there is not the same. They might be the same, the fact that they are male, but the characteristics of men are so different. It's just the fact that you came across the wrong one, maybe, or maybe yours has not made that decision to settle down or anything. But that is a lie that women tell each other. All men are not the same. A man is just like a woman. You make a choice, and you make a decision to how you want to see your life. Okay, the outcome, the consequences, the choices that you make. So the notion of men are all the same, that is a lie. That is just a lie that we as women tell each other so that we can feel comfortable, or maybe you can feel like I'm not the only person who's going through that. The other thing that women tell each other, and it's a big lie, because this one is bad one. If you're a woman advising another woman to do this, you're just doing that woman injustice. Ati ukiza atatulia. Like, if you give birth, this man will settle down. Like, you won't even believe how settled you are going to be. It's a lie. It is a very big lie. And many women have ended up becoming single mothers simply because someone somewhere advised you that the only way you're going to make this person settle is when you give birth. As a matter of fact, it can even get worse. because you're bringing responsibility to a person who's not ready to take responsibilities. So this person feels like you're putting them in a box, or you're trying to do what, to determine how their life is going to be by thinking that you're going to blackmail this person with this child. So if you're a woman advising another woman that if you get a child, this man is going to settle down, please stop telling that. Stop lying to other women. It does not work that way. It is so easy for a man to just impregnate you and like they move on with their lives like nothing happened, and you end up raising that child alone. You end up being so bitter about life. You end up feeling so frustrated and used. By the end of the day, it's you follow that advice. So this thing of women advising other women, like if you get pregnant, that this guy is going to stick around, or this person is going to love you more, or this person is going to change, it's a very, very big lie. No child can change a man. A man changes when they want to. They settle down when they want to. Whatever commitments they make, they do that when they are ready to do it, not when you have given birth, not when you've moved in, not all those things. It is a personal choice to settle down and be the man that he wants to be. So that is another lie, like women should stop telling each other. And that is so many people have fallen into that trap actually, and so many people are ending up being single mothers because someone somewhere lied to them that if you get pregnant, this man is going to love you more, maybe he's going to settle down, and it actually ends up backfiring on you. So that is a lie that women should stop telling each other. The other lie that women tell each other is that your money is your money is our money, and my money is my money. Now, I'm not even going to go into details. I'm just going to give you 2 Bible verses that will let you know, or guide you, and maybe you can open your eyes and realize the mistakes you're making. The first Bible verse is the verse that says that a man shall leave his parents and the woman shall leave his parents, and they shall become one. So when it comes to finances, if you're not one, if you're not one, then know that you're doing the wrong thing. There's nothing like your money is your money and my money is your money. As long as both of you are working, you should have, as long as both of you are working, you should have like it should be open. Finances should be so open. And I was sharing with a lady friend of mine. I was telling them, if you think infidelity is the leading cause of divorce, you need to check finances. Finances are so critical. So if you want to if it's about finances, just be open, talk about it, especially if the person is willing to just, so you can do things together, and that is going to be something that you're not going to fight over. The other Bible verse is the verse that says, where there is no unity, God does not command a blessing. So no matter what you do, there'll never be blessings in that family because there is no unity. And anywhere where there's no unity, there's no way God is going to intervene. So what is unity? Define that for yourself and know if you're doing yourself justice. Because if you're doing my way and your way, and then what I do with my money, and then your money, I want to know every detail about that, what you're doing with your money, you're just there's no unity in that home. And God is not a man that he should lie. But then whatever you read in the Bible, it is so true, and God, whatever is written, it shall be. So when God says that where there is no unity, he'll not even be anywhere close to that home. So you need to check that out. So that is a lie. That don't even fall for that lie. If at all you trust this person with your body, what is it that you can't trust them with your money? Why is it that you prioritize money more than life? Because if I can trust you, if I can sleep next to you and snore and even be unconscious and trust there's nothing you're going to do to me, what about the money that I have in my account, or maybe somewhere in my handbag? Why is it so hard for me to trust you with that money? I trust you with something that I cannot get back, and not trust you with something that I can get back. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So if it's about finances, just sit down and discuss that thing, because that, I said, you think infidelity is the leading cause of divorce, then you should check finances. Okay. The other thing that women advise each other, and we know it's so Kwanza this one, hey, I've been a victim. It's about contraceptives. Contraceptive, it is so personal. Like, you should not be calling your friend and asking your friend, whether natumianga family planning gani, mi natumianga coil, mi natumianga sijui what, mi natumianga everyday pills. It does not work that way. Even if we are siblings, our bodies are different, okay? So the best advice you can get, just go to a gynecologist. And I was listening to this one gynecologist that was saying that they determine the family planning method you're going to use based on maybe your weight. They check your blood group, all those things. So if I just call my friend and they tell me I've been using this coil for 10 years and it has worked perfectly for me, I should not just assume that is going to work for me. And these are some of the discussions that we have, and that's why you find so many people, so many family planning method backfiring. It's not that they are bad methods, it's just because they did not suit your body. Simply because it worked for your friend does not mean it's going to work for you, okay? So my advice to you is just talk to a gynecologist, or maybe you can just visit a family planning clinic that they can just advise you and tell you this is the right one for you. Because if you listen to those things in details, you'll be shocked the mistakes that you've been making. Maybe sometimes you find people saying I had a coil and I was bleeding. It's because you never got the right advice, or maybe you never got tested, okay? Because I was listening about those things and I was so shocked to hear that even that coil that people think has no hormones can actually affect you, because it determines they were saying that the size of your fallopian tube also matters when they are doing those things. So kindly get checked. Don't ask a friend. Don't go asking around like, oh, unatumia nini, haunoni, haukondi, haubleed, haufanyi nini. Just don't go asking around. Get yourself the right advice from a gynecologist, or you can just visit a family planning clinic so that they can give you the right advice. So stop asking your friends about family planning. Your bodies are different. What works for me might not work for you, and maybe what works for you might be so harmful for me, okay? That is the other lie that women tell each other. And the last lie that I've had so many women telling each other is that you should always make sure that your husband is in debt. And the reason why you say this is because you want to make sure that every time he gets his payslip, or maybe every time he makes money at his workplace, you know exactly where that money is going. Like, you know, anakatwa pesa fulani ndio iende ilipe tulichukua loan. You might be doing it in good intentions, sikatai, lakini look at it in the bigger picture. Let's say this person is employed, umemjaza na deni. Let's say you even took a loan, you made him take a loan. Yeah, maybe 1M, you bought a piece of land where it's open for both of you. You know that you bought a piece of land, and then accidentally this person loses their job. My friend, your land itakuwa auctioned. So you just don't do things because people tell you to do things. You need to have the ability to think things over for yourself. Don't just think because some things are working for someone, they automatically are going to work for you. Think for yourself. Stop putting your husband in debt. This person, you're making this person have sleepless nights. You're making this person cannot even focus because akiangalia hivi ni deni. Just give yourself freedom and let him have his freedom. By the way, wacha nikwambie, if a person wants to spend money in a way that in the way that they feel like spending their money, you cannot prevent that from happening. So stop filling your husband with debts from every bank, every circle, everywhere. It is simply because you want his payslip to be fully covered. There will be no room for anyone else to spend that money. Ata even the parents, even the siblings, like you've covered everything, coin to coin. That person cannot even breathe. So that is a lie. So if you're a woman and you're doing that to your husband, imagine you're not doing that man justice. Just work together, work with what you have, and the fact that you can manage what you have is good enough to know that we are heading to the right direction. And by the way, let me tell you something. Sometimes you are the most ambitious person in a relationship might not be the perfect person to handle finances. Like, I am so ambitious, but when it comes to finances, I sometimes feel like I'm the kind of person who, when I think of something I just want that thing done right away, like ASAP. If I say yo, or else my partner is the person who is like thinking things over, and I used to get irritated. I'm like, what is there to think about? But when you just give that person time, and when you just let it sink, just let them move at their pace, you'll realize that they actually were making sense. So stop being the kind of person. You might be ambitious, yes, and life is funny, and life has a way of bringing two people with two different personalities together. So you find that one person is laid back, like take their time to handle situations, or maybe takes their time to invest or even make moves, and the other person is like, well, let's do this chap chap, you see. So if you realize that you are the kind of chap chap kind of person, the ambitious people, most of them are not good money managers, okay, because most of them act in na emotion, yani wana manage pesa na emotions. I saw this, we need to do this, you've not even done your due diligence, you just want to jump into it because you've thought about it, and you think like, I've thought through this thing, and it's going to work. But in most cases, just sit back and just wait for that other person to just have their opinion. So don't just don't always make sure that like your husband is always in debt. This person, you're making this person they don't even have time to think, because ana hata hiyo time, because every time pesa inakuja from this end to this end, like I said, the money is already occupied. So these lies that we tell women to women, these things should stop. And the only way we tell each other these things is because you want comfort, you don't want reality. And sometimes reality is better than comfort, because that is what most women are, because most women are so emotional. So you want someone who understands how you feel, you want someone who has been where you are at that moment, and when they tell you they have been there, you're like, this is the right person to talk to. But in real sense, you need to sit down, you need to think about it. And like I said, not I, but my bishop said, wisdom is not making the right decision. Wisdom is knowing the consequences of the decision you're about to make before you make them. So have yourself beautiful, enjoy the rest of your Women's Day, have fun, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye bye.